Hi, my name is Paul Emerson. I'm the worship pastor at Hill Country Bible Church Southwest. Have been for about 4 years now, and I'm also the front man for a band locally here in Austin called the Stillpoint Band. For me, growing up in Austin has always been something that I'm very proud of, and I love. It's a great community, and part of my story is that I moved here when I was 5 years old. I'm the youngest of 6 kids, and was born to a mom who, when I was 5, left my dad because of some abuse and other circumstances, and she brought us to Austin, all 6 of us, and for me, she's always been one of my heroes. She grew up in El Salvador. She was born in San Salvador, and moved to the States to go to school, to attend college, and that's where she met my dad. She had never worked in her life, and had a bit of an accent, and was about a 5'3" Hispanic lady who just had a lot of passion. And when she moved to Austin with 6 kids, really had nothing to her name except her faith. She believed that God was going to see her through, that He was going to take care of her through difficult times. And through a lot of different people and a lot of different organizations here in Austin, she was able to raise all 6 of us, that she was able to, again, find work without ever having a job previously. She found work and several times worked multiple jobs to be able to provide, but along the way just saw the grace of God and the hand of people that He would use to come alongside of her and to help her throughout her journey and throughout her trials. I remember as a young boy being surrounded by people who were constantly helping us, and whether it was through churches or through other organizations locally here in Austin, God was very gracious to us, and while we didn't have a lot, we always had what we needed. And I saw in her a faith that grew and was strengthened by God's provision regularly. And again, she worked several jobs, went back to school at the University of Texas. She passed away when I was 15, but right before she died, probably she was about a month away from getting her PhD in multicultural education. She was a very smart woman. And again, all of those things, I would say, weren't just, they didn't come about because she worked really hard, although she did. It wasn't just because she was a very smart woman, even though she was. It was because of the grace of God. And she would tell you the same thing. I know this, that as often as I saw my mom working, which was all the time, I knew she was praying. I know that who I am today and the things that I see in my life, the ways I see God at work in my life, a lot of those are the direct result of the hours that she spent praying for me. I know that to be true. I can tell often that God is being gracious with me because my mom asked Him to be, and I ask Him to be constantly as well, and I do that because I saw her do that. And a lot of who I am today is different than it could have been because of the grace of God and the fact that she leaned on Him. She knew Him to be faithful. She knew that Jesus was compassionate. She knew that He was always reliable and would be available to her every time she was in need. Any time that she found herself without the means to provide for her family, He was there. And she taught that to us. All of us walk with the Lord today. I know that for me, the example that she was strengthens me. And the fact that I could look back now, and as a young boy I didn't understand a lot of what life can throw at you. As a young man now, I see it, and I recognize that life is hard. It's treacherous. There are a lot of things that would discourage me, and I can look back now and see those things, those very same things in her life, and the way that she looked to her faith and to her trust in who Jesus is to get her through those things. And it's been a great example for me, and often I remember that, and I think now how I can look to Jesus and He can help me as a father, and I'm so grateful for the fact that there's so many people, so many organizations, so many individuals who just wanted to be used by God, looked for ways to bless people like my mom with the grace, truth, and love of Jesus. And because they were faithful, and because He is faithful, she was able to get through some very difficult things, and really I continue to see the strength of her faith and the faith that she instilled in me, and the faith that God has placed in me, the walk that I have with Jesus, that those things continue to sustain me to this day. I know it was hard for her. I know that it's hard for a lot of people who will watch this video, and a lot of times they'll find themselves wondering, can I make it through another day? And the truth of the matter is that God is capable, that His grace is sufficient, that His love is endless. It's overwhelming, and the truth of who He is reassuring. And so I hope that is what you found just by watching, by listening. Thanks for listening. Again, my name's Paul Emerson, and it's been a pleasure to get to be a part of your journey.